crying the first time I watched it. So, okay, on with my story. My story. My name is Emily, and I am a transgender female. I was born a male, but my soul was female. I know what I was at the age of 10 years old, and that I was female, but I was too afraid to tell my parents because of what they would do, so I hid it. I hid my identity away. So, growing up, I was always overeating, had little to no friends, always stayed in my room unless I had to go to school, and I was always depressed. When I got into high school, I was bullied by peers and teachers and and socially awkward because I didn't know where I fit in at. People saw me as a man, but deep down I knew I wasn't a man, but a woman, and the depression grew so much that I didn't I did think about suicide and wanting to leave this world, and it was the same when I went to college, and I actually dropped out of college because it was too much. When I got into watching streamers on Twitch back in February of 2017, I said maybe if I stream, these thoughts of suicide would go away. And in March of 2017, I started streaming. And there for a while, the suicide thoughts did go away, but the depression was still there. Because I couldn't be who I wanted to be, I stopped streaming back in May of 2018 because no one came by and talked to me. And that's when my depression grew to the point I was just about to lose it, and I stopped going on Twitch, and I had to find myself because there was only two things going through my head: suicide or find myself. On September 20th, 2018, something reached down and pulled my soul from deep within me out into the light and tell me it's time to live your life. And that when I found myself was on that day. Hey, Sir Juicy Bucks, welcome to the stream. Now I am much happier of who I am and what I'm going to be, and the suicide thoughts just went away. I'm on a hard journey, and I will feel better as a female. Yeah, lady, I can. What you mean? Thank you, 2000. Welcome to the family. On 9/27, 2018, I came out to my parents by telling them and Facebook where my friends and family was. My grandma basically disowned me, and on 9/29/18, my dad came in my room saying that I might have to look for another place to live because they couldn't handle it. And I told them on how I wanted to come out when I was 10 and tell them, but I was too afraid. Then on 10/2/18 at around 9 p.m., my mom came in and said, "We wanted you to be happy, but we don't want to see you in a gutter." I'm one of the lucky ones, and they're letting me stay, which there's a lot of them out there. When they do come out, the parents actually do kick them out. And so I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm 33 years old now, and I was depressed for 23 years, all because I was too afraid on what people would say and do. On before I get before I talk about the 10/18, when I started my job back in, I went to a new company, and I had a coworker that bullied me from day one, August 6, 2017, all the way up to when he had gotten moved, May 31st, 2018. The manager asked me, "What do you want us to do with them? Do you want us to fire him? You you get the pick." And I told the manager, I said, "Even though he's bullying me, I don't want to see him fired, but I can't work with them. There's one reason why I didn't want to see him fired. He had a 10-year-old girl at home, and it's hard to find a job nowadays. That's the reason why." So they moved him, and now my workplace is basically a lot happier now. Um, on 10/18, 2018, this guy doctor at one of the clinic that does hormones that works with the HRT field, the hormone replacement therapy fields, told me because of my testosterone, the male hormone, was down to 400 and my estrogen was up to 700, and that's why I feel that I'm transgender. And when he made me so uncomfortable that I just wanted to leave, because that doctor looked at me like I'm nuts and was trying to tell me how I feel and how long I felt. He never knew. The doctor didn't even want to hear it. He told me we can treat your male hormone, but I can't change because I was like a high risk, because to him I was a high risk. Not doing what I want. He wanted to fix something that, see, basically this doctor goes by biological gender instead of gender identity, which I don't agree with. And that's how a lot of healthcare people treat the LBGTQ people, and it's not right. And it has to stop, because we are people too. And what's going on in the United States right now with our president, he is the president right now is actually trying to basically erase transgender people, to where if you are transgender, you will not have any rights to do anything. So basically, we'll have the same rights as the slaves back in the Civil War, once the president gets the way he wants. Where we won't have any rights to serve our country, because he's trying to take that away for transgender people, to where you can't serve your country, to where you can't actually own property, uh, to where you won't be able to find a job, to where, to me, it's pretty messed up. And if you ever been to a pride event, it's pretty much, it's a peaceful place. Everybody gets along, and to where there's no fighting, everybody gets along, and I actually loved it. I went for the first time. Um, It was on a Saturday. When I came out, it was on a Thursday. So I believe it was 2 weeks after I came out. That's when I went to my first Pride. And I had a blast. So, but so the whole reason why I am doing this today is to lighten the world and try to make a difference so a young person won't have to go through what I had to go through growing up. Lady, I'm actually in the. Yes, I am in. Let's see, one, two. I'm in about 3 groups here where I live. And I'm actually seeing one of the counselors, and they have an awesome program, you know. Everything in that program is all free, and you won't believe the supporters. I actually see a counselor that I don't have to pay for, which I'm blessed with that, you know. You're right, lady. And I'm actually lucky that with all my friends on Twitch that support me means a lot to me.